Today I'm gonna show you how to go from soloing like this to this. Now, every great guitar solo needs at least one chord and one scale. We're gonna be using way more than just one chord and one scale, but let's start simple. We're gonna be using the one and only C major 7 chord. This is our first chord. We are in the key of C major, and I can play a beautiful C major scale over this chord. But also the C major pentatonic scale. Now this is good, but not really. I mean, we need more chords. Now the second chord after this beautiful C major 7, I want to add some tension to the chord progression, so let's play an E7 chord. Beautiful sounding chord. Now this is a secondary dominant chord, and on this chord we can play a different scale. For example, a harmonic minor scale. Beautiful, exotic sound. I love it. Now after this secondary dominant chord, E7, we're gonna land on an A minor 7 chord. Beautiful chord progression. Now of course, A minor 7, we can play a simple A minor scale. But also the A minor pentatonic. The next chord, F major 7 chord, we're gonna get to this chord with a secondary 2-5 chord progression. So we have G minor 7 and a C9 chord, an F major 7 chord. Beautiful sounding chord progression. Now, G minor 7 and C9, we can play an F major scale. I like to play the scale like this. However, when you land on the F major 7 chord, I try to avoid the B flat in the F major scale, which doesn't really sound that great. So you can play a scale, an F major scale, without the B flat. So far we have a quite interesting chord progression. We have C major 7, E7, A minor 7, G minor 7, C9, and F major 7. Now, F minor 7, this is a beautiful sounding chord. In the key of C major, this is a minor 4th chord. Now on this chord, we can play a C minor scale. Beautiful sounding scale over this chord. we finish with the turnaround in C major. So we have E minor 7, A minor 7, D minor 7, and G7 chord, C major, A minor 7, D minor 7, and G7. Now over this chord progression, I like to play just a simple C major scale. So I'm not thinking a scale on each chord. Now let's play the scales over a backing track. You don't have to play the scales starting from the root note. So just use the diagrams on screen to navigate each scale, and you can start really from any note. The most important thing is that you try to connect two scales with the closest note possible. Again, use the diagrams on screen to navigate each scale. Let me play the example. Now, once you know all the scales and how to use them, you can just ditch most of them. Joke aside, you don't have to play all these scales all the time. In fact, most of the time, you can simplify the solo, and you can have a pentatonic approach, which gives you a much bluesier sound. Now, of course, because you know the scales that go with each chord, now you can highlight the notes that work on all those beautiful changes. So you can have a simple pentatonic and bluesy approach, but at the same time use some key notes to highlight the chord changes. So let me give you an example. Now in this example, I'm really just using 2 or 3 scales. So for the C major pentatonic scale. For the E7, I'm still using the harmonic minor just because I really enjoy the sound of it. But you can still just play the A minor pentatonic. The most important thing is that you highlight the G sharp, which is really the major third of this chord. For the A minor 7, A minor pentatonic, same for the G minor 7, C and F major 7, we're still thinking A minor pentatonic. For the F minor, I'm thinking C minor pentatonic. And again, in the example, I didn't play that much. I literally just played a couple of notes. And then E minor, A minor, D minor, and G7, just a C major / A minor pentatonic scale. So once you know the scales you can use on the chords, and also how to simplify the solo using a pentatonic and bluesy approach, you can combine both and come up with something that is harmonically more rich. And so for example, in this case, I played this phrase over the C major 7 chord, which really highlights the chord. And we start with the pentatonic on 5 and 7 and 5 on the 3rd string, but then I use this slide chromatic approach on the 3rd string. We go from 8 to 9 and we land on the G on fret 5. So I'm always moving around the keynotes of the C major chord. Now for the E7, I really like to highlight the chord with the G sharp. So we have this phrase. Which lands right on this G sharp. The beginning of the phrase is the same as the one we played on the C major with the chromatic approach, but then we have fret 7 with a slide to 8, slide to 7, and a pull off to 5. Chromatic from 8 to 9, and we land on the G sharp. This note is so powerful. So now we have. So A minor 7, just the pentatonic, but I actually start with these major 9, so 4 and 5, and then 7 on the 4th string. And then this chromatic phrase from 6 to 5 and 3. Chromatic phrase to 7 and fret number 5 on the 6th string. It's a pentatonic phrase. Now, G minor 7, C9, and F major 7. This is my favorite phrase. So I'm playing the F major scale, starting from fret 5. We are on the 4th string. We have 5, 7, 8, and then 5 and 7. Then 2nd string, fret number 6, and this chromatic phrase from fret 3. 3, 4, and 5. I love it. Then, still the F major scale. So 8, 6, 5, and 8. Now the cool thing here is that we want to slide now and highlight the F major 7 chord with the fret 5 on 3rd and 2nd string. So I really like to approach this note chromatically. We finish on fret 8, and then we connect the F major to the C minor scale. So it's 8, 6, 5, and 7. Now from here, C minor scale over the F minor chord. So we have on the 3rd string, it's fret number 8, 5, and fret number 6 on the 4th string. We finish with the fret number 8 on the 2nd string, and now we go back to the C major scale with the turnaround. So, and this is the place where you can actually improvise with the C major scale. Now let me know if you like this solo. I really enjoyed playing it over this backing track. You can grab the backing track and the tab on my Patreon page, so check it out. But also, keep experimenting with those beautiful scales. And let me know if you like the lesson. Let me know if you enjoy playing over such an interesting chord progression. I'm gonna leave you with an awesome day. I'll see you next time.